wonderful WaterStep. They are joining us today to answer your questions and tell you some of the wonderful things that are going on. We are joined first by my dear friend Mark Hogg, who is the founder and CEO of WaterStep. First off, I commend you for what you do for this world. I think that everybody knows, but just let everybody know what you all do.
Well, I tell you what, Dawn, this is definitely a community project event. We love you guys. We have an incredible team that's spread out throughout the community, doing a great job. At WaterStep, our goal is to provide safe water, sanitation, and health solutions around the world. And we never dreamed that we could, like we're helping in our own community and domestically. And I love hanging out with my buddy, Dr. Bill Smock. He's a rock star in my eyes. And he's a bush pilot as well as a great surgeon, doctor, and medical advisor to WaterStep. And he's also used our equipment around the world. So this is definitely a community event. WaterStep is a part of the community. We want Louisville today to own the fact of the impact that we're going to be talking about.
Well, we thank you so very much. And I can remember, well, I work with WaterStep as much as they need me to, or as much as I can. And we were doing an event, and I said, well, they help, you know, other countries, but they help here at home too. You all are making bleach right now. That's crazy. Yes. How are you doing that?
Yes. Well, one of the great tools that we've developed, and it was as a result of some calls we got when Liberia was going through their Ebola crisis, was for a tool that could be able to manufacture bleach very simply, effectively, virtually indestructible, like a lot of our other tools, on site, salt and water. And so we created this wonderful tool about the size of a curling iron, comes with a little 5-liter jug. You can exceed World Health Organization standards in about 70 minutes with a cup and a half of salt and water. Plugging this into the wall or a 12-volt battery, you can exceed World Health Education standards for cleaning up medical waste. And it was an unbelievable, powerful tool last 2 years in the Democratic Republic of Congo and their Ebola outbreak. The Minister of Health there said that for the country said that 100 doctors using probably 70 bleach makers came up with a strategy that led to the abatement of Ebola there. And we're confident with its sister, the coronavirus, it can be very effective in that too.
Well, WaterStep totally appreciates all the support they get from our community. Don't ever throw away a single shoe, ever, ever, ever.
That's right.
It needs to go to WaterStep. They'll also take any donation. I remember hearing that some women in some countries have to sleep with holding their babies up because of bad water. Their babies have worms in their belly. And if they lay the baby down, the worms, this is terrible, crawl from their belly up into their throat and begin to choke the baby. But they make sure that all families all over the world have everything that they need, water and cleaning supplies. I thank you. You all are taking care of our hospitals and our homeless, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you, Mark.
Well, it's awesome. GE has been a big part of what we do, the Louisville Water Foundation, MSD, other engineers, other medical folks, and we've donated well over 50 units that are being used in our area, much less the ones that are being used in other parts of the state. And then we've got about 10,000 teenagers we were contacted about living on the streets in LA. The coronavirus is wiping through their numbers. They're actually bringing the dead that they have in their groups. They're laying them out to be picked up by coroners, and it is such an honor. They will get their bleach makers today. Such an honor to help those organizations be able to teach these kids how to make bleach and use bleach effectively.
Well, it is an honor to know your team and to know you. I'm going to switch to Dr. Smock here. Dr. Smock is with the Kentucky Metro Police Department, Clinical Forensic Medical Program Director, Police Surgeon. We thank you so much. I've already got 2 questions for you. Some folks were a little shy to come on. Dr. Smock, Do you have a message or anything you want to share before I start throwing these questions at you?
Thank you, Don. Yes, bleach is the easiest way to disinfect any surface. And if you can do that, you can wipe out bacteria, viruses. It kills Ebola. It'll kill the coronavirus. It will make those surfaces safe.
And that's what we have to do now, distance from each other and make sure we keep everything clean. That's very important right now.
Absolutely, Don.
Okay, so we had a caller, and again, you can call in now. It's 502-571-5263, 1-888-800-9283. There's the number right there. Go ahead and call if you have a question. This is your opportunity. We had someone that asked a question I had never thought of before, but the young man wanted to know, when you vape and you exhale, if you have COVID-19, does that COVID-19 come out with that vapor? I had never thought of that.
I have no idea. We know that it comes out in your sneezes, your cough. If it's in your saliva, there's no reason it might not. It would probably come out as well. That's a great question.
And then the other question, say for instance, I hadn't thought of this either, but he also wanted to know, same person, if you get bitten by a mosquito and that person has COVID and then that mosquito flies to somebody else and bites somebody else, it's not transported through blood, right?
Again, we don't know. We're so early on in this pandemic. We know it's certainly spread by touch, by coughing and sneezing. Is the mosquito a vector? At this point, we don't know. I haven't seen any data on that.
All right, I think that's part of what's so scary. When you have the information, you feel like you're, I don't know, you've got your armor on, but when there are so many questions that are left that you just don't have the answer, don't you think that makes it even just a little more tension, a little more fear?
Absolutely. We're learning a lot as we go, about how it's spread, how long you remain infectious, how it can be spread if you're asymptomatic. And as we work through this, we will find more and more ways to address the issues and keep us safe.
All right. We've got a caller on the line. I have to give a shout out to my unbelievable producer who books everything and keeps everything straight for me, and she has to deal with me, so remember that. Even my director who's back there and everybody on the team, I appreciate them more than you know. I wear a little thing in my ear, and that's how she talks. But I did 17 years of radio where I put my headphones on and cranked it up like you wouldn't believe. I think she said aura. Oh, Ella's on. Thank you, Tammy. Ella's on the line. Hello, Ella. What's your question for Dr. Smock?
Hi, Dawn. Thank you for answering our questions. The elderly people, after they stay in their house for 30 to 40 days and staying safe and keep their stuff clean, when they decide to venture out, how are they going to know to feel safe if everybody else is not adhering to the rules and regulations of being out and not keeping their social distancing and keep spreading this stuff around?
Yeah. Did you get that, Dr. Smock?
I didn't. Could you repeat it for me, Dawn?
Yeah, I certainly can. And this is why when the governor says stay in and keep safe and clean everything down, she wants to know when it's time to venture out, let's say in 30 or 40 or whatever days, how are we going to know that people are safe? Because some people are not doing what they are supposed to be doing.
You're right. And that's one of the problems. We don't know when you begin, when you're infectious, before you're symptomatic. Clearly, we know you're infectious when you're symptomatic, but how many days post symptoms, after you feel better, the cough is gone, the fever's gone, can you continue to spread? I've seen data that is up to 8 days once you get over it. So that's why currently at this point, we have that 14-day rule that we know that 50% will be symptomatic within 5 to 6 days, 90% at 9 days, and then there's that additional 10% that may blossom between that 9th and 14th day. So at this point, we don't know. My recommendation is we assume that everyone is positive, So that's why I recommend that social distancing and wearing a mask, because
All
the
right.
mask not only protects you from, it helps to prevent you from breathing that in.
Yes. So there you go. That's why we need to distance. All right, we're going to come right back. If you have questions, call now, call now. We're almost done with the show. We'll be back.